guys, me host SuperSorrell. Thank you very much for tuning in. Look what I got. I've got the Dark Wolf action figure from Fire and Ice. This is from this is an action figure from the Frazetta Girls Collectibles, and it's from the Icon Collectible series, based on Frank Frazetta's artwork. Now, there was also a cartoon in the 80s about this character today called Dark Wolf. It was back in 1980, I want to say 82, 83, very early on. And it was about the barbarian character that we're going to look at today. Don't remember much about the story, but I just remember the cartoon being highly inappropriate. It was about the same time that, like, that heavy metal cartoon came out. I'm not sure if anyone remembers that one, Heavy Metal. It was like that kind of like fantasy metal kind of, you know, rock and roll feel. And I was a kid, and I remember seeing I was a kid of the 90s, and I saw Dark Wolf at some point. I'm guessing it would have been on VHS, but I've got very vague memories of the whole thing, but I just remember it. And this action figure came about, and I was like, that is really cool. Regardless of not knowing much about the thing, I do know of Frank Frazetta's artwork, being a big fan of fantasy and science fiction. His artwork is all over the place. And yeah, there's a lot of his artwork based on this character of the Dark Wolf. So today we're going to break open this character and take a closer look at the Dark Wolf. It's in a box very similar to that of the NECA action figures, with a little flip front, and it opens up. There's a lot to take a look at on the packaging first of all, because I don't want to just discard that, because it is a piece of artwork in itself. So let me jump down to the desk cam so you guys can get an up close personal look at this figure. First of all, we got the box itself. It's hard to get the whole thing in, but there you can see it's got the Icon Collectibles logo there by the Frazetta girls. It's a 1/12 scale action figure, and that's the artwork on the front. What I really want to show you is the back. Now, on the back, it does tell you that there are 32 points of articulation, a battle axe, a bow, 3 arrows, 3 sets of hands, 3 facial expressions, and removable gear. On the left-hand side, it does give you a little story there. Step into a fantastical world unlike anything witnessed before, where fierce warriors, strange monsters, and villainous rulers engage in a struggle for the fate of the civilization. In this adventurous collaboration between Ralph Bakshi and Frank Frazetta, this is a time of contrasting forces, good and evil, pleasure and pain, where fire and ice clash. And there is a QR code there if you want to scan it and check out more. And if we open up the box, we do have the action figure, but we also do have another little write-up here. Again, this is from Frank Frazetta, and he states, Dark Wolf is everybody's alter ego. The son of a bee will cut your throat on a whim. You don't have to love him or hate him, but you must fear him. You respect him, and you are glad when he is on your side. We don't know where he came from, but you certainly get the impression that he's an old soul who has been living for hundreds of years. He's a legend. He's bred clones of himself. Dark Wolf is a mystery in that he's lived many lives. Very cool. Sorry about that, my stutters getting very bad during this video, so please bear with me. I haven't stuttered this bad for a little while. It's been coming on as time's gone on over the last couple of days. Let's try and get through this review without much more stuttering. Let me break this bad boy out of the packaging. Yeah, for those of you that are long-time followers of the channel, you'll know that I've struggled with my stutter quite a bit, and then I've managed, like, for most part of my videos, I've managed to keep it kind of under control, and I do have ways of pronunciating words and speaking that often stops the stuttering. That's why I talk the way I do sometimes, like this, where I over-exaggerate things, because it actually stops the stuttering. However, sometimes when I'm trying to read something, you'll notice that I'll either read something twice, or that I'll start stammering, or I'll just start failing to say words, and that's when the stutter really comes out. It's horrible. Alright, so we have a bow with a proper string on it. That's cool. We have a really cool looking battle axe here as well. Very nice. The spare faces are weird. It's not actually the head that comes off, it's just the face part. So we'll take a look at that. That's a bit weird. Then we've got the action figure himself. Some spare hands here. In fact, lots of spare hands. And 3 arrows that are sort of taped in. Don't know what we're going to do with 3 arrows. Has he got a quiver on his back to pop them in? I can't remember. There we go. But we are finished with this box, and we don't keep boxes in this house because we are out of box collectors. So once we put this bad boy back together for the cardboard bin, what we're going to do is everyone who is a channel member will be able to use the hashtag yeet, or if you are just watching, write hashtag yeet. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, yeet! Goodbye, box. No, he doesn't have a quiver on his back, so I'm a bit concerned. I assumed he was going to have a quiver on his back. And that would have... I thought a quiver on his back would be where we'd put the arrows. But I don't know where you meant to store those arrows. That's odd. Right, let's go down to the desk cam so you guys can get an up-close personal look at Dark Wolf. Let's do this. Okay guys, so we have Dark Wolf out of the packaging here. First thing I'm noticing straight away out of the box is the legs are very loose on my particular model. Like, I mean, really loose. So I'm not sure whether that's standard across all these figures. I've not really watched anyone else's reviews. I don't tend to watch figure reviews until I've done my own because I don't want anyone else's opinion to kind of mess with mine. So I haven't really seen anyone else's, so I'll be interested to go and watch a few and see if anyone else's legs are as wobbly as mine, but it still stands, and obviously a display base will help a lot as well with his, you know, giving him a bit of base grounding. But no, once you've got them in thingy, look, they're not moving, so it's not like they're that much of an issue. It just, sometimes they don't stay in the where you want them to occasionally. But again, with a little bit of playing and, you know, messing around, he should all... you know, be a little bit easier. So it's got a standard articulation for a modern day action figure. You can't really do anything with his head. You just kind of move him head around. But the arms do lift with the side hinges. No, I would have thought there would have been a butterfly joint there, but there's not. We've got a single hinged elbow, but it does work as much as it wants. And the hands are on, you know, the regular, you know, hinge joint there. There is an abdomen crunch there, which crunches back and forward, and you can also waist swivel him there as well. Like I've shown you, legs do move a lot, so there's plenty of movement in them legs, with single hinged knees. Is there a boot cut? No, there's no boot cut, but the feet are on rocker and pivot with display peg holes, should you wish to use a display base. I probably will use a display base with mine, just because he is a bit loosey-goosey on the legs. Like I say, that will just help him ground a little bit more. Now, I'm intrigued by these faces, because we have the standard face on at the moment, but we can have more of a shouting face, and we can also have more of a grimaced face as well. If I just bring these forward a little bit, yeah. So I'm intrigued as to how that works. Do I have to pop the whole head? No, because the whole head doesn't actually pop, does it? It just pops from under there. Do I just pull? Okay. Okay, that's really weird. So there's just a little thing underneath his mask here where they just slot in. So we can pull out the standard one and then just push the other one in. I don't like how they hinge in. I wish the head would move a little bit more so I could actually do it properly. This feels very odd. A very odd way of doing it. There we go. But there's the secondary one. You can have him sort of barbarian crying out. But again, like I say, it's very weird the way you just have to morph it in. It just feels very odd. There's no way of popping the head to like put them in, I don't think. No, I'm going to feel like I'm just pulling on that there. So yeah, it is a little bit odd that you have to kind of the way you move the head to get that piece off. To be fair, I am probably just going to put the standard face back on and leave that one. I'm not too bothered for these other faces. They are good for action figure photography, and I'll probably use them for that later down the line. Currently, he's got an open palm hand and a fisticuff or open, you know, small grab hand. But you do get a bunch of other hands, including more static sort of hands, and you know, we also get trigger hands, so you can make him do the bow and arrow. But to be fair, I'm leaving the hands on that I've got. I like the hand setup he already comes with. I don't think I'll be using the bow with him at all, to be honest. But I will be using this battle axe. The battle axe is the best. And he will be single-handedly wielding it because he's a badass. Might find a small buckler for the other hand, or I might just even, if I could get another, if I can maybe find a small knife or something, that would be cool. But no, this is a very cool looking fig, and I'm very excited to go do some photography with him. And there is a bunch of DC figures recently released where like they look like this as well, like Batman and stuff. So they might be cool to pose with him. And also I've got the Super 7 Conan, so I'm very tempted to see how he would look with him. But either way, I'm thinking he's going to go in the wild and we're going to have him battle some dinosaurs and velociraptors and all that kind of good stuff. So stay tuned. And as I do plan on doing a bunch of photography stuff in the near future. But guys, what are your thoughts on this figure? Let me know in the comments below. This figure had a limited release, although I do know some online retailers did get them, including the whole shebang and props and replicas.co.uk, amongst many others. It was hard to come by though. It was a very limited release. I picked mine up secondhand on the Facebook collectors circle. So if you want to head on over to our Facebook groups, you can catch us at Action Figure Collectors UK, and there's a bunch of people on there that have been buying and selling them. I bought mine off one of the guys on there, and I'm very happy with him. He's very cool, a very nice looking action figure, and I'm glad to have him in my collection of myths and monsters and fantasy and stuff. So guys, thank you very much for watching. As always, I'm your host SuperSorrell, and I'll catch you in the next video. But until then, may the force be with you.